everyone. It's time for Scraplift Crafternoon. Although it's odd because I'm recording this at 5:30 in the morning, so I always feel funny saying Scraplift Crafternoon. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, so the layout that our little hoppers selected this week is by Pink Crafty Mama. We'll have links below. And what she has here is there's kind of this starburst, like, I think it's the pattern paper. To be honest, she may have done ink. I have not had time to watch the video, so I'm so sorry. But anyway, she's kind of got this starburst pattern coming out from a square picture, and she's got a lot of stamping on the layout here. There's not tons and tons of, quote, embellishment. I mean, she does have like a flare and a couple little pieces of things, but other than that, it's mostly stamping. So that's, I'll show you in a second what I'm going to use. And of course, this she does have it framed and matted on a striped paper there, like a rainbowy thing. So I pulled out, I'll start with this. I pulled out my Cocoa Vanilla No Limits because I have this paper still left. And I'm going to turn it this direction so it kind of goes like this. I will end up having to cover up the star, which makes me a little sad. Maybe I'll cut that out, you know what, so I can save it. We'll see. And then I have this rainbow paper left that I'm going to mat it on. And I think that's going to be really pretty. I do have these scraps here, so to mat my photo, which I'll show you here. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet, but I do have some scraps that I'll end up using to mat. The photo is me and my hubby. We were actually playing mini golf, and I honestly just think he's so cute here because he's got this funny expression. He's just adorable. Lastly here, I'm going to use this Stories of Us as the title. It's a little different because hers has the smaller letters on top, but I just like how this looks. And we got black here, so I think it's going to be okay. Even though technically the collection doesn't only have black, I think it's going to be okay. What I picked up from the stamping perspective, I went into my, gosh, I have so many stamps that I haven't pulled. In fact, I'll show y'all. So these are Stampin' Up. I used to just use all the Stampin' Ups. I love Stampin' Up. But I had spent so much money and I wasn't using it. I had to stop because here's an example. This little guy was up in my sets. Y'all, I never opened it. Like, how sad is that? So I pulled this out. I'm going to use this star here because it goes kind of with the star, you know, theme or whatever with this, even though technically you won't see the star. I'm kind of thinking, okay, star. And then I did have these little things here. You know, some kind of perfect words. I'm going to use these all around. And then I have this where it says, like, you made my day and some few little things. So I think I'm going to use those. I did get into my inks. I'm really pleased, honestly. I was kind of using the rainbow paper as my palette to work from. And I'm pleased with what I found. These are the ones I'm going to use. So there's this Tangerine Tango from Stampin' Up. I have Night of Navy, which is a little darker than this blue, but I think it'll be okay. And then I have Distress Oxide Carved Pumpkin, and then Bundled Sage. I did also try Forest Moss, but it's a little too, like, brown. Like, that's not going to work. So I'm going to set that one aside. So I'm not going to use that one. So we will end up using, sorry for the sniffles. I'm going to end up using these 4 colors, I think, on top of here. So that's what my plan is. Let me get my frame and all that kind of stuff set up, and I will come back and slow it down and let you guys, or slow it down. That's not going to work. Y'all speed it up so you can see me do the rest of it. All right, talk soon. All right, gang. So far what I've done is I have taken my rainbow paper. I did gut it because that's so pretty. I have to have it. And I've put my little star paper. I trimmed it down basically about a 1/2 inch, I guess, all the way around. And I put that on top of my rainbow, and I've matted that, you know, made a frame. And so I have all my stamps out here, and I'm going to just kind of pick, well, first off, I kind of mess around with this thing because it's brand new, and I was having trouble getting it to stick to my stamp block there, but I'm gonna basically start stamping these words kind of like she did, although to be fair, she has more icons. You know, hers is a coffee theme, so she has all these kind of cute little coffee icons, and then, you know, she has some hearts and stars and words. But I'm going to use all these little shapes and kind of go around. Now, this time, Miss Anna had sent the screenshot of the layout, so I was able to do the picture-in-picture. So I'm going to leave that up there just for a little while. I don't leave it the whole time because it's a little distracting to me, but I know sometimes it's nice to see when you're looking at when somebody scrap-lifted and what the original is. So I'm going to leave that up there for just a little bit. So I'm going to just kind of go around in this, I guess, arc in a way, coming out from this burst behind the picture, and just filling these words. And I'm using the colors. And I apologize for my head, but y'all, you know, when you're stamping, you got to kind of lean over. And sure enough, I even got that on a scale 1 to 10, and you're an 11. I sure crap stamped that crooked. But I go, you know what? It's okay because it's kind of handmade, and honestly, even on the original layout there, there's things that are not real straight because I think it's intentional. You know what I mean? I don't mean to suggest that she's not stamping straight and she can't, but I think it's intentional just to give this kind of fun, whimsical, movement layout there. So I'm okay that mine's a little bit crooked. And so I'm not too precious about it. I'm going around, I'm trying to be a little straight, but it don't have to be perfect. So I start with those orange stars, and honestly, I love how that looks. I'm not going to lie. That color is so bright and fun. I just love that, and that stamp is pretty. I'm kind of looking at these going, man, I need to start pulling these out more. Again, that's another reason I really love these hops, when it makes you do something you haven't done, and you pull something out, and you think, oh, that is so neat. Why haven't I used that? And so, yeah, I got to definitely pull these stamps out more, because I do love that little, there's other shapes in that set. There's like a heart, the heart and the star is what struck me, but I know there's like 4 or 5 different little shapes. Y'all might have seen them in the beginning. So now I'm going around and I've got my green and I've got You Rock My World. Now, I think, in all honesty, when I look at her layout, I don't think she stamped the same image more than one time, but because I didn't have a ton of different ones that I wanted to use, I did stamp the same image a couple of different times. The only one, there's two that I don't stamp more than one time, and you'll see that toward the, well, I shouldn't say toward the end, because one of them I don't guess I do toward the end. But anyway, there's one that says I love you in a little circle. It's on a woodblock stamp, and one that says best day ever. And I only stamp those each one time, but most every other one I stamp more than one time. So anyway, I'm going to make my way around the image here. So I'll tell you a little story about this picture. So we were in Branson last weekend, and we had a little family vacation. And we were with my mom and my stepdad, and they're a little bit older, if you can imagine. My mom's 72. Is that right? No, she's 70. She'd kill me if I said that out loud. She's 70. Anyway, then my stepdad is 62. So they're not young, they're not real young. So they have to do things that are a little bit low key, So we do this little mini golf up there. And the funniest part is my husband is he is so competitive. He is just, he wants to win all the things. Well, we'd already gone to Titanic earlier, and they have this thing there where you stick your hand in the ice water. It's basically to give you the sense of what these poor people suffered in that water. And so you stick your hand there, and you're supposed to time yourself. And I beat him by 15 seconds. So he was already eat up by that. And there was some other little video game we played at the Wax Museum that I beat him, and he was real eat up by that. So we go this putt-putt. And I'm having a good first round, and I'm not even good at this game, y'all. I don't try. I really don't care. I try, but not try. You know what I mean? It's like I don't take it too seriously. And he was losing so bad, and he was so upset. But he's a good sport. This is a picture. I just thought it was so cute. He's making a big old goofy face there. But anyway, it was just funny because I beat him on everything with the exception of one shooting video game deal that, I don't know, he got lucky, I think, if I'm honest. At least that's what I'm telling myself. But anyway, this was just fun. We were just having a good time. I don't even really think I had much makeup on or anything, and my face looks kind of funny, but I don't care. We both look funny, and I guess that is the point of the story. It's a story of us. We're just goofy people that just run around having a good time most of the time. Okay, so you can see I've made my way on these stamps here. I've done some, kind of, well, again, you get the little 3, honestly, the 3 stars to me kind of make my visual triangle in a sense, and the rest of it kind of fills in, although maybe that's just my own self thinking that. But anyways, I'm going around, I'm just now I've got these little small hearts. I think that little small heart stamp was really cute. Again, I'm looking at this going, why do I not pull this stuff out more? This is great for scrapbooking. What am I thinking? Y'all, I used to stamp all the time, but I was making cards all the time. I've gotten away from making cards, not because frankly, I don't really give that many cards. I don't know why. I don't really have a big family, and I keep meaning to do Christmas cards, and I keep putting it off too long, and then by the time I realize that it's like I don't have time to make as many cards as I probably should send out. I really do kind of need, and then one year I think I did it, I don't know if it was this year or last year, I kind of made an intention. I was going to mail one card at least a month, and I hadn't done it. Y'all, I need to get back on track with some of my little goals and stuff. Anyways, so I've got all my stamping, I think, done. And I think that looks pretty cool. I'm pretty pleased with that. They kind of, they're bursting out from the picture and all that. I initially thought I might put my picture up on foam. And then I realized with my title that I kind of wanted to overlap it. So I go, no, you're not going to put that up on foam. So I don't put that up on foam. I'm going to put my title down here. It takes me just a second to get this off this paper. It's not that difficult. It just took me a second because I was trying to, get the little stuff out of the middle of the letters. I will have to add a little bit of glue because it doesn't act like it wants to stick real good, which is okay because, this is the kind, these are those little It's kind of rubbery. They're like puffy stickers and they're rubbery. This is, I think this might be Vicky Booten, y'all. I'm not sure. I love these little sets. So I love these title sticker sets. I cannot wait to go to convention because I'm going to pick up so many of those things. I promise you. I have a little box of them, but I just need different ones. I need some different ones. Okay, so I've got Stories of Us, and I really like that. I think that's so cute. And it's so appropriate, too, for this little picture. Okay, so then I have this little world. I have these little chipboard pieces first, sorry. They're just little round kind of random shapes, and I'm just kind of making a little diagonal with these, I guess is the right word. And I'm putting those in a little diagonal. Then I decide on that you're the best, the little phrase there. I'm going to put that up on foam tape because, y'all, I got to do something on foam tape on every layout. Although I guess in recent past I've done one or two without it, and I was shocked myself when I did that. But I knew I want to put that up on foam. So it says you're the best, and I put that up on foam. And then I'm going to, what do I do next? If I glued those things down, I do have to glue those little chipboard pieces down. And y'all, I always end up pulling off one extra layer. I don't know why. I pull on them and I end up yanking the freaking sticky parts off. But it doesn't really matter because I end up putting Nuvo glue on all of them anyways. Yeah, here's where I'm going to do that. So I'm going to take my little chipboard pieces and, whoop, he was crooked. Got to fix him. And again, I'm not even sure why because everything else is stamped on there crooked, but it's okay. All right, so I'm going to put this little chipboard pieces down. I look at these other two pieces, these little pieces of ephemera. I do like the little globe. No real reason. I was going to put the moon up there. I actually ended up moving that. You'll see that in a minute. I wanted to put this arrow on here, but I really couldn't figure out a good way to do it and not cover up a stamped image. And I really didn't want to do that after going all that work. So I set that aside. I don't use that, and I don't actually end up using that little hanging banner looking thing that says you're the best. I thought about using that too, and I don't. So all I end up using out of the ephemera is the little globe and the moon. But I do end up moving that moon, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So I've got my little chipboard pieces. I'm just gluing these in. Those aren't really, they might supposed to represent planets. Maybe. I really don't know. I just think they're neat little abstract circle looking things. And they just go real good with the kind of the, I don't know, the movement of this layout, a visual movement of it. Okay, what am I doing now? I think I'm gluing down my letters because I realize they're not sticking real great. So I do take a little Nuvo glue on the back side of them letters. And I think it's because the picture's got layers on it. So, I mean, if I just, like, I'm messing with the ones that are the of us that's on the paper, and it's fine. It's just the one that has a little bit of layers behind it. It's got to have a little extra. Okay. Well, I guess I'm still messing around with the glues. Okay, so I think I'm going to look. I do end up pulling out some of the, I look at these little enamel dots, and I decide against those because, well, I'll show you in a second. I ended up going ahead and gluing them a little globe here. And again, I almost thought to do some foam there, but I didn't. And I pulled it up a little bit higher. I had it a little bit lower. But then look at that picture, and I realized there's some randos in the background. I don't know those people. You know, they're not people we know. They're just random people. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to cover those up with this to the moon and back. Just because it's, again, they're not adding any value to the picture, and I don't know them, and they're just kind of randomly they're taking the focus away from my husband's face, and I don't want to do that. So I put the to the moon and back on that one. And then I realized on these title sheet, these little titles here, there's all these little colored dots. And I thought, oh, you know what? Instead of those enamel dots, I'm going to use these little foam dots. And I'll just go through and pick, honestly, just random colors, sticking them in kind of random places. Again, just kind of throwing that movement out there where your eyes are just going, pfft. To me, I kind of get this like little explosion behind the picture, you know. It just looks neat. Or it's just kind of like all these little images just exploding out of it. I think it's just the cutest thing. I actually really like this lead, and it was quick too, y'all. I'm almost done. After I put these little dots up in here, I don't really do anything else. I thought about doing some sprinkles. I actually even contemplated taking a pen and outlining the white, the image, or the base paper there. And I thought, no, you're going to take away from that kind of starburst effect. So I look at it and I kind of fast with it and I touch it. I'm a toucher. And then I go, well, you know what? I could put a little bit of that journaling in there because she did have a little journaling paragraph on there. I'm not going to go that much detail on it. So I just write Mini Golf in Branson 2022. And that's all I'm going to do from a journaling perspective. So I clean up my mess so y'all can see this a little better, and I'm going to give you a slow down here. Thank you guys so much for joining. Make sure you do click the links below and check out the other ladies. I think all four of us are playing this week, Kristen, Anna, and Tara. So please make sure you check out that. And I think there's a video for the original too, so I'll share that. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.